So we just wait for more people to come on. But do you guys want a reading? Are you going to be on the list? But while we wait, I'll just do a collective. Enjoying the beautiful sun. I was just out in the sun eating lunch. I am good. I'm doing well. Hello, welcome, Penny. Okay, so Chelsea, and then Candace, and then let me know who else wants reading. We'll do a quick collective reading right away. So these are for, this card haunts me, and it's not Lilith. I'm using the Akashic Tarot cards. 7 of Keys, the Ascent. So for a collective message, they're actually showing a earthquake. Hopefully not literally, but in that process, they're showing land that has been underwater. Maybe it is literal, I don't know. We'll have to watch the news and see. Land that has been submerged, coming up and rising. So like this mountain rising up. It also feels like a, repressed subconscious energy rising, but whatever, if it's physical land rising or it's our subconscious that's been previously repressed rising, it feels very quick, very, very like overnight. You know how earthquake happens in minutes. That's what it feels like right now. So that was the collective pull for the full moon. So for the next lunar cycle, for the next month, this is our energy. Quick movement, quick awareness, a quick rising. So let's be prepared for that. Okay. Yes, Penny. Yes, Ashley. For sure. Chelsea first. And I'll get through as many people as I can. As you come on, say hi and let me know if you want a reading. But once 2 o'clock hits, I'm gonna be finished. So Chelsea, calling forward your soul, your highest self, your healed self. Chelsea, your highest, most benevolent and evolved guides and ancestors. Showing a rainbow serpent for you. I don't think we've ever talked about that or connected into that. Have you connected into that? Also, do you want to come on video? You don't have to. Totally up to you. Let me just connect in more before I pull your card. Feels like there's a fractal of you coming in. So with that serpent energy, it's kind of like, we've done cord unpluggings, and I know what's called cord cutting ceremonies. It feels like you have a cord with a fractal of yourself that is coming forward pretty strongly, pretty clearly. Hello, oh, you are in the sun.
I am, yes.
This is the card we just got for the collective.
Oh, interesting.
Let me see what else. So for the collective, it was that rising of energy. I'm just asking what other cards. Yeah, same deck. Okay. For you, something quick happening. So let's get a support card. In general, the Ascent card doesn't necessarily mean that, though. It's more of like when you're climbing a mountain, it takes, it takes resources, it takes equipment, it takes awareness, it takes planning, and like all of that is true, but that doesn't feel like the message for the collective or for you. I almost feel You had that spear last time. I feel that. Did you hear me say about the rainbow serpent coming in for you? Have you connected
Yes.
into that?
Not for our, no.
Seven of Scrolls, intricacies and industries. These go together for you. Because the one card's like a slow, steady, every brick matters when you're building a cathedral, and the other one is a really quick rising. But no, that's not how they want that message for you. It's more, okay, maybe you've heard me say this analogy before, but when you're taking vitamins, sometimes it feels like there's nothing happening. It's like I'm just having expensive pee. But really, when we're deficient, so if this is like the line in which we notice, if we're really deficient in something, or in this case, it's kind of like unaware if there's something in the shadow where we're pressed or we're just not aware of it. So when we're taking the vitamins, it feels like nothing's happening, but all this stuff is happening behind the scenes. We don't realize, and then it reaches this threshold, and then we notice the difference. That's what this card feels like. All of these like blocks and teachings and lessons and awarenesses coming in, and it feels like, why am I going through all these lessons? Why am I doing all this stuff? And then you hit this threshold, and then it's quick,
Okay.
quick. I'm curious about this rainbow serpent for you though. Is there any particular guide or fractal or in dream time a being coming in that is you? Maybe like overlapping timelines?
Um, I'm not sure. I mean, I travel timelines quite frequently,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I don't know if I would know how to recognize it as being me in the timeline.
Ooh, that interesting question. Keep that in mind because you have your own soul signature, and just like we can recognize, like, say, your son when you're traveling through timelines or incarnations, you would recognize him even if he wasn't in the form he was in. And so giving
Yeah.
yourself permission to recognize your soul signature even if you're in a different form. Because
Right.
there's
Yeah, that makes
a,
sense.
a piece of you that is really trying to communicate quite strongly with you. I mean, we could think of it as a guide as well, but they don't want to be called a spirit guide. It's definitely you. And they don't want to be called a higher self. It's like in this incarnation, you are a focalized point in your soul's awareness, and therefore you're existing in this now time space. It'd be like a different piece of your soul fractaling from your oversoul, experiencing its perception from that incarnation, and it's trying to like nudge you, like, hey, you there? Yeah, there's definitely, just keep that in mind. That's all that's coming through. I think it's a process for you to connect into. And that might be part of like a big shift when you do. I don't know if that's the last piece that needs to come in, but it's important.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely good to keep an eye out because I can recognize others in other forms in the timelines, but I haven't, I've never really even thought about trying to recognize myself. So,
It would be a good exercise for you.
definitely.
Okay, let us know
Awesome. Thank you.
how it goes. You're welcome. Okay, Candace, you're next. Do you want to come in on the call, like on the video? So just disconnecting from Chelsea, bringing Candace in. Your high self, your healed self, your guides. Creating the larger container for all of us to be in. The black diamond pyramid above, the white diamond pyramid below, plasma consciousness to hold us between time and space. And we'll all be within that. Sure. Okay, you have to, I think, request it again if you want to. Oh, no, I'm going to press accept. You were still there. So last time, Candace, there was a huge shift that came in on that angelic frequency. You're out in the sun too.
Yeah.
You're just living your best life. I love it. How have you been? I mean, I started 2 weeks ago, but how have you been since the last full moon, since you came in here last?
Pretty good. I feel like there's still some growth. I had my first, I guess it would be a psychic medium appointment yesterday where I got to channel some loved ones, which was incredible. It was insane, but so cool. And I'm just still processing all of that. So I feel like I'm on a high, maybe.
You channeled them?
Well, no, sorry. They did. Sorry, not me.
Okay, but that's where you're headed.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Who came? Oh no, maybe that's a personal question.
I'll tell you when I see you in a week.
Yeah. Interesting. I just put it back. But so you got 2 of keys, the treasure. And when it's upright like this, as you can see in the picture, it's like someone came in and ransacked the place and robbed the place. But there's, in the back where my finger is, there's this treasure box with the light still in it. So it's like the thing that really matters was not taken. Beside that card, again, 7 of ascent came in, but let me get a different support card. Yeah, they're showing a dropping away. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So your support card is 5 of Scrolls, diversity reversed, which really just means focus. So like the opposite of diversity is the focus, the one thing. So you're in this space, or this is for the next month, you're in this space of clearing, of, like, we could even think of it as a spring clean, and it feels more of a necessity, but I mean, it's really all just a suggestion because it's up to you. But the idea of not taking on things or beliefs or helping people or like volunteering too much, like anything that's not necessary, it's time to remove it. It doesn't feel permanent because it's just this, it feels very small, like even 2 weeks, this window of really coming inwards to focus.
Okay.
And in that, you'll find clarity. So right now, it feels like you're taking on too much, but you're also kind of asking. It's like if you have questions and then you open every single book in the library and then you're like, why isn't there an answer? Why can't I see anything? But you can't read all the books at the same time. So it's becoming more focused in your processing, in your questioning, in your interactions with other people. And in doing so, you become more streamlined. Does that make sense? Okay. So streamlining. And then in that process, you come closer to that treasure within you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you soon.
Okay.
Who's next? Ashley. Ashley, do you want to come on and just saying hi as you? I think you have to X out at the top there, Candace. Here we go. Ashley, do you want to come on video? I'm just disconnecting from Candace, connecting into Ashley, asking for terrible shuffle. asking for her message, your highest message, Ashley, for the next month, for the full moon. Let me know if you want to come on. I would love to, but my kids are a little crazy right now. Okay, so just being, because there's a lag in when I share and then you see the message, being on top of answering, just so that we can keep the energy flowing. Let me know if you guys want a reading. I don't remember who was after Ashley, but we've got time. The Akashic Library 2 reversed. Okay. Someone wants to come through. Yeah, Kaylee says yes. I don't know if you're next. I'll have to check, Kaylee. But you are on the list. Ashley, do you connect into spirit? Because it feels like someone's right on your, I cannot shuffle today, your doorstep, your threshold of wanting to come in. Okay. Donna, you just sent a request. If you want to be in line for a reading, let me know, and then I can accept your request as when it's your turn. It feels, I'm not sure. Okay. Are you familiar with a gatekeeper? They're a specialized spirit guide that, oops, sorry. Okay, yeah, no worries. They're a specialized spirit team member that interfaces between, they're like the mediator or the bodyguard between you and the ethereal, you and spirit, you and the other side. It feels like, one, you're getting messages from spirit. I don't know if you're seeing things or smells are coming in, or you're getting messages, I don't know, with signs or synchronicities or however it's coming in for you. But it feels quite strong, and it feels like your gatekeeper is wanting to come forward to help you mediate, to buffer, to set up rules, to help you in that process. Dreams. Okay. Do you, what's it called? Lucid dream. So I'm going to pull a card with the intent, and this is the Divine Feminine Oracle. So these are, I'll show you. Only females in this deck, with the intention of the characteristic or the traits of the person that I pull is similar to your, you do lucid dream, okay, to your gatekeeper. This isn't necessarily your gatekeeper, right? What can you share? I mean, maybe this is a big question, a lot to type, about your dreams, because like, are you getting messages that way, or are you comfortable? Why is your gatekeeper feeling like they need to come in and mediate? And it's not necessarily because something wrong or bad is happening. It's more that you're needing support, like maybe more things want to come in, or maybe your skills are just naturally evolving, and it's available to you. But I'll read it out loud. The goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Let me see what the traits. Akilanda. And with dream time, like, do you ever set the intention to, like, do you have a question and then you ask it and then it can come forward in dream time? Does that happen, or whatever you dream comes up, and then you can be lucid dreaming in it. Because I would like you, if you're up for it, to set the intention before you fall asleep, and like for the next week, to connect into your gatekeeper. It's always open my third eye. It's always open my third eye. What does that mean? Like that's what your dreams are about, or in waking? I'm not sure what that means. Aquilanda represents the essence of the phoenix. She's the indestructible energy that embraces change. She knows that everything is conspiring to transform her into only more love and light. Her name means female power. She is the embodiment of what we try to avoid, the disillusion of ego's identity. Power is unparalleled. So these are the kinds of traits your gatekeeper is holding and wants to bring forward with you. So I would, because her energy is about like connecting into the shadow, the disillusion of the ego, I would also wonder if that's what I asked before I fall asleep. Oh, that's your intention. Open my third eye. Okay. Oh, that's neat. So set the intention for the next week to connect into your gatekeeper and open your third eye if you want. You can do both. But any messages that come in that week, view it through the eyes of that question. And then because of what Aquilanda represents, I would be really curious if what you're moving through right now is a lot of shadow work, a lot of repressed energy, a lot of uncovering, a lot of like connecting into things that you've been denying or have been repressed in your ancestry, or those kinds of things, because that would be her kind of like talent, right? Her, yes. Okay. Our gatekeeper can evolve, but we also have spirit guides that come in based on need. So if you're moving through a lot of that stuff, there's like, hey, I'm a guide who can help you with that. You don't have to do it alone. So you can call on her specifically if you want. And you can also call on your gatekeeper to help with that. Yeah, that's your kind of homework, if I can say that, for you the next month. In this next month, you have quite the invitation for a profound transformation. It will likely be more internal than external, but everything starts internally and then ripples out. You're welcome. Let me know how that goes. If you come on next month, you can update us, or you can just message me at the end of next week when you've done that. Exciting. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. I know Kaylee wanted to. Oh, Penny. Okay. Penny and then Kaylee. Penny, are you still here? So disconnecting from Ashley. Calling forward Penny's high self-healed self, highest guides. You're welcome. I will not connect. Like you don't want to come on the video on the line. That's okay. I respect that. These cards are hard to shuffle. But how have you been, Penny? Correct. Okay, so just setting the intention that any message that Penny's soul wants to bring forward for the next month, for this full moon that we just had. What's the theme? What are you working through? Is it too late to request a reading? I think you'll have time, Estelle. Yeah, you will, for sure. After Penny is Kaylee, and then I think it would be you. Let me just double check. Yeah, for sure. Let me know if anyone else wants to get on the list. I don't know how I just did that. I need to reshuffle it. I don't know how I. Sorry, Penny. I don't know how I split the deck. Divine intervention. Go with the flow. The universe supports you. Have faith in perfect timing. Look for synchronicities. Expect miracles. I feel like that doesn't really give us much, to be honest. Although the idea of miracles, miracle healing, miracles happening, has been very present. I would love to, if there is time. Okay. Love to, not available for video though. Okay. Yes. If there's time, I'll get you guys in. I think we should. Miracle healing. Miracle healing. Yeah. How has it been? So we reconnected Penny in what, January? How has it been? How have you been since then? What's been going on? If you're not working with the idea of miraculous healing, just the energy of it, the belief of it, the thought of it, I'm not available for video. Okay, same, just floating along. Then perhaps playing with that idea. If you believe in miraculous healing, if you don't, what does it bring up? If you do, what does it bring up? What are the side beliefs or like the offshoots of the idea of miraculous healing bring for you? And they're showing like really detail. They're showing a tapestry. They often like using tapestries. So like if a tapestry was on the other side of the room and you can see the full picture, the full detail, the closer you get to it, the more detail you see. You're zooming in, you're zooming in, you're zooming in. And every time you're going closer to or like following the offshoot belief or what is the ripple out of that belief. And you do. Okay. So then following it through, I do believe in miraculous healing and therefore da 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 da. Or I would even do both. Like I would play with both, the idea if I do or don't, just so that you can see it all laid out before you and kind of what the consequences, not necessarily bad, but just like the ripple out effect of what miraculous healing means. Because they're showing it into the threads of the tapestry. There's something for you to discover or something to like click in place for you that wants to come in. It's cool. We keep getting the same cards. You guys are all very connected. This one's upright, the Akashic Library. For you, Penny, my Wi-Fi dropped you. I think we need an appointment. Interesting. Before you book in, play with this idea of the beliefs. The Queen of Roses. That's nice. The beliefs about miraculous healing. Of course, I can support you through that, but I feel that you would get the most out of your appointment, like if we're one-on-one, if you do that first. It creates the greatest impact. This is, I feel like, just expanding what we're talking about, going into or becoming available for information about the miraculous healing, the effects of miraculous healing. If you could miraculously heal, what would that mean? If you received miraculous healing, what would that mean? Like, what would the consequences of that? Hi, Kayla. Be. Yeah. Research time within your own being. This is very, very interesting. This conversation between you and me, I mean, we can bring it forward publicly. Definitely needs to keep going though. This is exciting. Okay, Kaylee, read next. I think so. I should just have a list and I should write it out, but that would be too easy, wouldn't it? What did I just do? Okay, wait. I need to fix that because that's not okay. Whew. Kaylee, if you were next, let me know. Yes, please. Okay. Kaylee, someone remind me. Do I have paper available? I don't. Kaylee, and then I think it's Estelle. Yes. And then Marcel, and then Karen. And then Donna. Someone remind me. But it's Kaylee right now. You're welcome, Penny. So just disconnecting from Penny, connecting into Kaylee. Kaylee, if you want to come on video, you're welcome to. Actually, I meant to text you, Kaylee. I've wanted an update. I requested to join. You requested. Oh, you did. There's, okay, accept. Sorry, there's a lot there. Can I be on the list if there's time after? Yes, if there's time, absolutely. Hello, another lady outside.
I know. Did you say you meant to text me?
Yeah, I wanted an update on things.
Well, here we are.
Here we are. Guess what this is about? The divine masculine.
Oh, gosh. Uh-huh.
Be a peaceful warrior, have integrity in all actions, step into compassionate leadership, find freedom through forgiveness. Your focus and patience will cultivate positive change. Your love is your strength. So that's your theme. Kind of quite interesting. The divine masculine will come in as a theme, considering how like independent you already are, how you hold so much of this energy already. So let me just ask how it's coming in for you. 1 second, I need some water. Okay. So they're showing me inside your being the different energies within you. Finding that kingdom, that king within you, that queen within you, the queendom within you, and how that interacts with and through each other as you. So it does, they're not showing it as external at all. They're not showing even how you show up. Eventually it would get there. But the idea of the divine feminine within you, so like how that energy is flowing within you. Is there parts of you that are listening to her? Are you supporting her? Are you able to hold her? Are you able to take aligned action in her requests, in her initiative, in her destruction, in her intuition?
Interesting. How I'm taking it is like the masculine side of my energy is my fierce independence and my everything that I do, that I almost ignore the divine feminine and what she wants, right? That's what
Yes.
I'm taking.
Yes. And so are you listening? Oh, Raven. What does
I know,
Raven
bad
have to say
dog.
about it?
Bad dog.
Listen here, Mom. I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how can those things work together? How can you find that divine feminine voice within you and raise her up as the divine masculine, not as the hyper independent one.
Being more vulnerable to
Mm.
myself.
Yes, 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 yes. This is very internalized right now, not external.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I'm just asking. Yeah, that feels. Doesn't feel like we need another card. So for the next month, that's your exercise. How can I be more vulnerable with myself? How can I really stop and listen? And when I listen, how can I support that part of me? How can I rise that part of me up? How can I take aligned action? How can I protect? How can I be loyal to that part?
Yeah. It's hard work.
Yes.
Mm.
And I actually specifically for this idea of like it being a month reading, I love that it's a chunk of time. It's not just, okay, I'll think about that once and then it's gone. It's a practice. Like you're going to have to keep practicing at it.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I will text you later though.
Yes. Please text me later. Bye. Love
Bye.
you.
Love you. Okay. So, disconnecting from Kaylee. Calling forward Estelle. Ooh. Let me know, Estelle, if you want to come on. Oops. Let's close that down. If you want to come on the video. Hello. I'm here, but no video. You got it. Okay, so we're just setting that intention for a message to come forward for Estelle for the next month. When you're looking through what you need to hear. Did you finish your, I was just thinking of your last, I think it was summer solstice reading, which is almost that time again, which is wild. What's it called? Thesis. Did you complete your thesis? One of Rose's commitment. Has having your baby opened up new, I don't want to say new realizations, but more like it's becoming really clear what boundaries you need to have. It's supposed to be done in August and start PhD in September and just had a baby 4 weeks ago. So you got a lot on your plate, you're telling me. That's incredible. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, when I saw your sister, she said that she was with you for a while and then you didn't have the baby and then she left and then you had your baby. But I feel like this card is saying that in having your baby, it's, you know, readjusted focuses, boundaries, commitments to yourself, contracts. And I don't mean like work contracts, just like contracts with people, relationships. It feels like it's a time. They're actually showing everything. They're kind of showing this desk. And if a wind came, so I feel like it's the energy of your baby. When he came in, it's almost like a lot of your previous contracts internally, but also in different types of relationships with different people kind of become null and void. And so in these last weeks, beyond normal postpartum, beyond that you have a newborn, it feels like you're floating and almost unsure what to do or where to go or how do I fit in, or it's because of this. It's because of how, and I'm not like, because of him. It's this beautiful gift to become more intentional and to show up in a different way. And even if it's just like a fine tuning, a tweaking, it doesn't have to be a 360 or 180, I should say, different way. But you're really being called to honor what you need, voice what you need. What is your commitment to yourself? How can you honor that commitment to yourself? How can you, or what contracts? They keep saying the word contract. Do you need to rewrite with people? And it doesn't have to be just, relationships that aren't working. It could be ones that are working, and how can you evolve that, and how can it become even better? This definitely feels more than a 1 month kind of thing. This feels like for the next year kind of thing for you, but it will probably be pronounced for the next month. Does that make sense for you still? Has that energy come up? Definitely. Okay, cool. Well, I wish you grace in that process. It's not an easy place to be in, but it's a beautiful place to be in because the world's your oyster. Whoever I said is next, can you please let me know so I don't have to scroll back through? Next time I will commit to bringing a piece of paper so that I can write a list and know who's next. Marcel, maybe? Were you there? Was that you? I think it was me. Not available for video, just floating. Sorry, everyone. Yes, Marcel and then Karen. Okay. And then Jonah. And then Kayla. You guys have to remember your spot in the line. Jolene of Marcel and Jolene. Okay. It's Jolene of Marcel and Jolene. Okay. You're welcome, Estelle. So Jolene, calling for your high self, your healed self. Jared, I saw you come on. How are you doing? If you're still here, say hi. And also, I'm going to see Nick soon. Still here. I'm so... Ooh. Queen of Forces. Reversed, but still, this is one of my favorite cards. So what is going on where you're feeling kind of toppled or feeling out of balance, feeling not in that highest form? Where are you giving your power away? Nice to see you. I'm going to see Nick Wadden soon. And then it also made me think of you guys. You should message me, Jared. We should catch up. Where are you living these days? Where are you giving your power away? That is the big takeaway message for you, Jolene. Over the next month, that if you don't know right now, that will become clear, and they're like crystal clear. So something that's going to really topple you or throw you off course or like side spin you. If there's been like we'll call it a micro energy leak for a while, it's going to become really pronounced, and then you're going to find, ooh, yeah, that's where I've been out of balance. Because any energy leak right now or anything, interesting sounds. Okay, I'll show you that in a second. Anything that's where you're giving your power away or there's an energy leak is going to where you're headed and where you're going. You need to kind of tighten up. Yeah, you need to tighten up that awareness. They're showing like a pulling of energy in. So wherever, June, July, yes. So in August, do you have some sort of plans of something happening, beginning, launching, being created? I don't know, a move, something like this in August into September? Because whatever's happening then, you're being asked to clear that up now so that when that time comes, it's a lot more seamless for you. Let me know. All of the things. Okay. Are you able to go into a place of, well, silence, but there's like a retreat or like go to the woods for a few days or not have responsibilities if you care for other people, because something really wants to come forward for you to clean it up, to clear it up, to seal that energy block. And the thing is too, what I feel anyways, is in the next month, it will become pretty obvious to you what that thing is. And there might be more than one thing. So it's like, what's the priority, or what am I ready to look at? What am I ready to work through? And not from the ego side of things of what am I ready for, more for the, yeah. So I'll just kind of, like, it's just time to do it. Time to bring that energy back into balance, back into harmony, back into, because the Queen of Forces too is all about balance. Moving and currently trying to call in fulfilling work. Oh, you are moving. Yeah. Yeah. You got this. I wish you grace and ease in your move. In that process, I mean, moving, it brings up a lot of stuff. So if you can, I mean, we can do all the prep work. Whatever's going to come up is going to come up, but it will better prepare you, better resource you. You're welcome. Okay. It's Karen. Let's get Karen first. I remember that. So, Jolene disconnecting, calling for Karen. Karen, do you want to come on video? Hopefully we can get, was it Donut? Am I saying your name right? Or at least that's what your handle is. And then Kayla, don't care, not today. Okay, we don't want. Oh no, video today. Sorry. The leg is hard. There's the leg, and then it takes the time for you guys to type, and then I forget what I asked. But you want the reading, you just don't want to be on video. I got it. So what's the message for you for the next month? For the theme you're working through? Eight of Roses, Sangha community. This card often comes up. It's like one of the most pulled cards, but it hasn't come up lately. Just as a side note for you. Ooh, this feels nice when I tap in. There's just this explosion of energy, excuse me, of coming together, of connectedness, of really supporting each other. So it doesn't feel like, I don't know, I was going to say it doesn't feel one directional, just like people really carrying you in a way that's like celebrating you, rising you up. In the next month, it feels like that, but in a larger window of time, it's part of a larger cycle where you're doing that for other people too. So you're in this month of, or in the next, within the next month of, if people want to support you, allow them to. If you feel that you aren't resourced, that you need help, ask for it. People want to, but they don't know how to support you. Or they don't realize, especially if you are used to doing everything for yourself. They're like, oh, she's good. No problem. That can only go on for so long before there's a breaking down or things aren't working, right? So I feel like you'll have to let me know, Karen, does it feel like you know what it is right away? Like what you need help on, or what you don't feel resourced on, or what you want to be celebrated in? That resonates, because a part of growing up and coming into emotional maturity is you don't have to, you're not supposed to live life alone. And even if you're in partnership, but you're in this hyper independence, actually, Kaylee, this could resonate for you too. You let them in fully. And it feels, if you're in a relationship, let them in more if that's available for, they're suggesting it is available for you. But it's not just romantically, it's community wide. The era of you being the lone wolf or hyper independent or solo, or I'd like, just give it to me, I can do it. Like the busiest person can do the thing because they are just used to, like scheduling it. And we know you're capable. We know you can do it. And what would it be like if you had support, if you had help? No one's saying you're not capable. They're saying, yes, we know you are, and let me help you anyways. That's what maturity is. How does that land? That's you. Are you that way? Or like, I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Because if you're normally like that in this next month, your soul is asking you to choose differently. You're welcome. Let me know how it goes. Okay. I have a hard time asking for help. Yeah. So this next month is probably going to be really hard for you. Honestly, it is, but you also likely will have opportunities where you can be in that discomfort, or opportunities for people to help you. Lean into it. Lean into it. It's what your next step in growth is. Okay. Jonah, am I saying your name right? Is that even your name, or is that just your handle? You'll be the last person. And do you want to be on video? So disconnecting from Karen. See, so that's interesting. So Karen, just as I'm disconnecting from you, the idea of having some, like, my presence comes in and I'm holding you for this moment of time, right? Like we're having this deep connection, and they're showing even that, the energy of when you're riding a horse, like a horse is just so stable and they have so much power, like that's what you need. Okay, I've just requested a join. Okay. That's what your soul is asking for, is that power, that connection. So even as I'm disconnecting from you, Karen, there's like this, like, oh, it was so nice to be held. It is nice to be held. So allow that to come forward. Okay, Jonah, am I saying it right?
Hi, it's Donna.
Oh, it's Dawn.
Yeah.
Dawn.
Oh no, Donna. Donna.
Oh wait, let me turn it up. I can't hear you. Sorry, what did you say?
It's Donna.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Dawn. Okay. Consciousness just fell out, but I'm gonna pull another card for you, Dawn. So just calling your soul forward, your high self, your field self. We're just setting that intention to ask what it is you want to hear, what theme you're working through. There's a lot of kind of through lines coming for a lot of you. Suppression. That's what it is for you. Okay, so specifically for you, Dawn, is your soul is asking you to look into your relationship with your father wound, and your father's ancestral lineage. One second. All this talking is making me very thirsty.
Okay.
How is your relationship with your dad?
It's okay, but actually, that's funny that you said it because I've been doing a lot of healing with my relationship with my mom because that wouldn't have been great. So I probably neglected my father's side. So that makes sense because I've been focusing a lot on my mother and doing lots and lots of healing, but it's mostly with her. So that makes sense.
It's also that idea of, I don't know if you heard Kaylee's reading, or even what I said for Karen, where that like everything's in balance, and when we're focusing on one thing, yeah, it's just like you're ready for the next layer as you do that healing on your mom's lineage and your mother wound. There gets to a point within you, so it's like, yeah, I'm up here with my healing with my mother, everything, like I'm feeling solid with it. Let's bring this up so that this can go up, so that this, so that this. Yeah, that divine masculine is very strong in all of these readings. They're showing, they're actually showing your dad's side has strong connections with the other side, whether that's like shamanic or spirits or psychic or whatever it is. And those ancestors want to come in, but in order for them to be able to come in, there's that, whatever's out of balance with your dad in the relationship that needs to be healed before it's like it creates a bridge, right? That opportunity for them to come in. Do you know anything about your dad's ancestry or ancestors?
No, nothing.
Interesting. They're actually coming in quite strong.
Can they give you any more insight or no?
Yeah, I was asking. Okay, spaciousness, be gentle with yourself, find daily quietude to recharge, take time to integrate experiences, be discerning in energy given, be patient in your growth, practice mindful breath, simplify your life. That doesn't even, those messages, as I'm saying that, nothing's like resonating with my body. So what are they trying to tell us here? So let me see if I can, so from dad's side. Yeah. So it's from your dad, it's the paternal side, so your grandpa's side. Do you have anyone you can ask questions about that side of the family?
I'll probably have to. Like, I don't usually speak to that side. I could, but I'll have to, I suppose.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to open a new door of understanding for you. It feels like there's a deep rooted, yeah, some sort of like spiritual practices, shamanic. I don't know what it is, but they want to come through. They want you. Do you have any kind of spiritual practice?
Yeah, so I've been really, really tapping into meditation, consciousness, like energy healing for the last 2 months, like consistently. And
Okay.
I feel like I'm at the peak, and I'm not getting frustrated because I know you'll never receive them until you're ready to receive them anyway. But there's definitely a block, and I don't know why. So I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah, they
doing the
might be
work.
a key.
I'm really doing the work. Like I did a
It also takes
meditation
time.
practice. Yeah, like I did a meditation practice a while ago because I have a group. I
Yeah.
don't know what it was, if it was the full moon, but I could not connect.
Mm.
And weirdly, no, but weirdly enough, I got like a flash of like this man's face, like while I was meditating, and it was really uncomfortable. So I just tapped out. And usually I don't, that's never happened. And then I saw your video because I started following you, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to go on here. So I just think it's interesting that you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my teacher hat's coming on. As you start connecting in more, be really clear and mindful in what type of energy you're willing to connect in with. Um, yeah, what type of energy you're willing to connect in with, who you like the energies, entities. But also when you're connecting into those ancestors, like being clear on that paternal side of connecting in with benevolent, evolved ancestors in the
Mm.
service of love for the best and highest good for all. Because most of us have ancestry that is, just because we transition doesn't mean the pain goes away, doesn't mean the soul's done the work. So just being
Yeah.
really clear on that. Um, yeah, yeah. There's a lot coming in for you for sure. Mm, if you can find people, they're showing it hands-on, but virtual. I mean, obviously virtual works, but for you hands-on right now, if you can find anyone local where you can practice with them, where you can, it feels like you have a talent for doing energy work,
Mm.
and that wants to come through.
Right?
And
Yeah, I've heard that, but I don't know.
yeah, that's cool. I do have a course that's coming out soon. It'll be launching on solstice. If you're looking for support, it won't be the practitioner level. It's learning how to connect into your own intuition, feel into that
Hmm.
if you're interested. But you definitely have it. Think of it more of a remembrance than a learning something new.
Okay. When you say energy work, do you mean like with your hands or?
Yeah, so when
Okay.
I say energy work, it's a broad sweep of you work with energy. So whether you're connecting into someone's soul or body or chakras, or it's just, it feels like, or you're using plants like herbs and stuff, you'll be able to find, locate what it is there, where the blockage is, why it's there, and help them process it.
Okay. That's really nice to hear.
Yeah,
Thank you.
cool. Let me know how that goes for you.
I will, definitely. I will do.
Okay, you take care.
Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to time, my friends. Thank you for everyone who joined. And I'm going to try really hard to do this every 2 weeks. But for sure next full moon.